So this is a lesson in prototyping and material choice and what material you actually prototype with. Here you can see, this is the first version of this. It is supposed to be a telescope stand that takes these 20 millimeter aluminium rods, aluminium tubes, and slide them in here and lift this platform up, where then the telescope will actually sit on. The problem is that this specific prototype here, A, has a too loose fit, so this just can slide out. So anytime I would lift the telescope up, all of the pipes would fall out. So not that good. And of course it flexes. It flexes inwards and it flexes side to side. So especially with really long rods here, with lots of torque, that's going to happen. So not very good. Then I made this here prototype here with these stabilizers. And because of the way I've modeled this, it's essentially just the same piece 3 times. So I just printed this to save on material. And this is printed in E-Sun white. I think it's their cold white material. And here the fit is perfect. I slide it in and it takes the right amount of force to go inside, it doesn't fall out, and it's perfectly disassemblable, so if I want to move the actual telescope, I can just yoink out the actual pipe again. Great, right? But there's a problem. This is not the same material as this. This here is Prusament Galaxy Black, and this here is the white stuff, right, from E-Sun. These two have 2 different surface finishes. As you can see here, this is actually matte. And this here is more glossy. And that's a problem because here the pipe fits in perfectly, as I've mentioned. But in the finalized version over here, I had to hammer the actual pipes in because that fit here, which is 0.2 millimeters of tolerance, which the Core 1 can handle beautifully, but that is so little tolerance that it just doesn't handle that. So I had to sand it down on the inside, and even then I had to hammer these in place. So the quick removing and transport of this isn't going to happen anymore. And perplexingly enough, the same material then becomes shiny when the layer time, because this is a very thin wall, when the layer time is very low. So when you're prototyping stuff, you really gotta pay attention to things like this. And so from now on, I'm probably gonna prototype in the same material that I'm gonna actually have the final product be in, just because otherwise it will not work, even if it wastes precious material, because E-Sun filament is much cheaper than the Prusa stuff. But, you know, lesson learned, I guess.